guys, it's Francesca, Dr. Decker, and I just wanted to talk to you a little bit today about testing in the US and why it's so complicated and what the concerns are when we're talking about testing for COVID-19 now. This is a really important topic because we know that testing is going to be a key part of reopening the economy, so I hope that this will help clarify some things. So the first issue is that in this country, we have kind of a patchwork lab system, just like we have a patchwork health system where there's all these different companies and groups and hospitals within our whole country. It's the same with our labs. So what that means is that, especially when we've got the early tests coming out that were really specialized, a lot of the smaller labs didn't have the machines or the equipment to be able to do those tests for their community. So it just takes a longer time then for the testing to get rolled out throughout the entire country because all the tests have to be sent to these specialized labs until new tests come out that these smaller hospitals can use. So that's the first issue. The second issue is that there are a lot of shortages. Just like there are shortages with a lot of other things having to do with healthcare right now, we have shortages of the chemicals that are needed to run the tests. There have been shortages of the swabs, little Q-tips that we use to do the tests. There are shortages of staff, and there's a limited number of machines. And so all of this means that it's harder to run the number of tests that we need to run. And also the tests that we do run, there's a big backup on those tests. The backup means that the tests are less useful for individuals and for doctors who need to make decisions based on what those results are. The third issue is that there are a lot of concerns about the quality of the tests that are being created. So in my other video, I talked about how there's two types of tests that are currently being used. The PCR tests were the first ones. Those are the ones to diagnose whether you have the virus now. There are over 30 of those that the FDA has given their emergency authorization to. This is basically sort of a rapid review process. And while it's better than nothing, it still isn't the full process. And so a lot of public health people have been concerned about how good these tests actually are. And we don't necessarily know that until we start using them and studying them and seeing how they work. The second group of tests were the antibody tests, and those, because there was such an urgent need for them, the FDA basically said to companies, if you want to develop those tests, you don't need to go through us. What that means is that out of 120 plus antibody tests that currently have been developed in the US, only 4 of them have gone through this emergency authorization through the FDA. The rest of them have had no government oversight. So researchers are very concerned that we don't really know how good these tests are. They haven't been fully studied like they usually would be. Additionally, the tests that we did get, like the PCR tests, we already started to see that some of those results were wrong. And that causes a problem when people are trying to make decisions about what to do. So that's sort of the quick and dirty version of it. I will say that there are reasons to be hopeful. The lockdown is helping to slow things down, slow the spread of the virus, but also it's buying us time so that researchers and scientists can look at these tests and figure out how good they are, and also help all the other aspects of this as well, including treatments. Actually, some researchers in California are already looking at the antibody tests, and they've looked at 12 of them so far out of the 120, and they have found that they're pretty good. So, you can see that with some time, we're going to have a lot more information and we'll know which tests are going to be the best ones to use. So, hopefully this is helpful. Let me know if you have other questions. I will be making more videos soon. And yeah, just stay safe, guys. Bye.